again, Partners for Climate Protection Program. This is it. It's acronym PCP, but it's the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. This is a whole initiative, and I only just learned about this, but this has been going on since like the 90s. So, and their initiatives fit the WEF climate global agenda. So, and that's right in our backyard. We talk, let alone Alberta, this is Calgary, like our city, it's right here, and there's 522 municipalities. It's likely yours could be one of them that signed up for this whole ICLEI Partners for Climate Protection Program initiative. So that's something that you can look into to understand better. But so just looking and knowing our own city politics, we were like, look, despite all of the work we're doing, we gotta get local people now into councillor positions, because we have a council right now, including our mayor, who voted this motion of Miss Dissenmouth through. So that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because then leads to the question of like, who the heck is defining what is mis, dis, and malinformation? And so that leads us to
actually, that's a good question.
Yeah,
and they do it in the document, but where did the document get it from? So right here, we can literally just summarize this because we know the difference. But they get their definition, if you go and look at the footnotes, from the Canadian Center for Cybersecurity, and the US gets theirs from their United States Cybersecurity, and that's again the Department of Homeland Security. And so when it's just this big overarching puppetry master. It's like, we will define the terms.
Well, yeah, it just plays into the idea of just trying to replace, what is that quote where it's like, if you try to replace freedom for security, you deserve neither.
Oh, yeah.
But that's essentially what it reminds me of. I mean, so
go ahead and define them if you want to.
Okay, well, me and Maddie were okay, I'll talk about that after I define them. So misinformation is basically just you didn't know. Ignorance. You just didn't you were misinformed. You didn't have all of the information. So that's it. Malinformation is it, although it may be true, it's taken out of context to cause harm. And then disinformation is it is absolutely not true whatsoever, and it causes harm. A great example of that everybody will be aware of is vaccines are safe and effective. Absolutely not true, and definitely causes harm.
Oh yeah, so that's that line is disinformation at its finest. And then misinformation, false information that is not intended to cause harm, would be porcupines can't climb trees.
They actually can.
There are some species of porcupines, surprisingly, that can climb trees. But see, that statement isn't really going to harm anybody. So that's not intended to cause harm. I just casually spread misinformation.
And even though it says an emphasis on, even though it says not intended to cause harm, it could, right? It's like,
that's true.
You could be misinformed on something, and then you're spreading it out, going like, this is spreading it out as truth, and then, or as your, I guess, really well confirmed theory, but it can still cause harm depending on what it is. But this is a line of thinking. Definitely a line of thinking. a reductionistic line, a ridiculous reductionistic line of thinking that these people in our city council and these oligarchical types that are wanting their cybersecurity and just their mind security overall are thinking. It's like, well, it could cause harm and all this fun jazz. And so that's where me and Maddie, we were talking about it. It's like, I have information that I've learned that I would be like, I would very much prefer if individuals didn't, for instance, think that like aliens built the pyramids.